Alright, y'all. Pop and Son back. Pop and Son.
We back, man. We back.
Podcast. We got some topics today that from the current events. It's been a wild week. There's a lot of stuff been going on, and we're gonna talk about it today. First thing we're gonna talk about today, I can't believe it. We're gonna talk about. We'll start off talking about this movie, Sinners. Okay, so this movie here, me and my son went and saw it the first week it came out. It's good. I want to talk about what's good in it for me and what's bad in it for me. Then I let my son take over.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna say my parts, just like how you said it. I'm gonna do the good, then I'm gonna do the bad. You wanna do our ratings first or ratings towards the end?
Yeah, I give you my rating now. If you want to.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just start off with my rating, tell you why, and then I tell you why I got it. I got the rating up to about. We're gonna go from 1 to 10. And this movie, I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it an 8. I know you're gonna say why you give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. 1 to 10, now that's still good because 10 is number 1. I'm gonna give it an 8. Let me tell you the good parts about it. The good parts about it is Brian Coogler is a black film showing, black excellence. Meaning that he did a quality film that people wanted to go see, and he had great stars in there, great actors. Everybody did their thing in this job. Michael B. Jordan had me thinking he was Michael B. Jordan, and his brother was on the side of somebody else. So he did a good job. The storytelling was good. I can kind of see a little everything in the storytelling, how they kind of went different direction and then kind of molded all together. You had different laws in the movie. And so I liked the movie. It kept me wanting to see what was going to be next. What's really going on. So I like the acting of Michael B. Jordan. I like the acting of all the players. Even like the acting of the vampire, which actually made me laugh. Instead of being horror, the vampires made me laugh. So that's the good part. Let me get into the bad part for me. Okay. When I first saw the stuff in the movie, I thought it was gonna be a horror movie, like vampires just straight killing everybody in the little old black age. Got to the movie, it wasn't nothing like that, which wasn't not a bad thing, but you kind of throw you off. The thing I ain't like about it, well, they made 4 movies in one movie, so you kind of only got bits and pieces of it, and you wanna see what was the background of the movie and how it get like that. You get some little small story, but you don't get enough. The vampire, which was like supposed to be the biggest thing of the movie, you only seen them at the end. And when you did see them, they weren't a regular vampire. They were pretty much comedians to me. What made it fun. So at the end of the movie, with me being like my son, me and my son watch a lot of horror movies. We love vampire, werewolf, cutting your throat, violence, underworld. We wanted that. So we thought we're going to see that. So I give it an 8 because in the movie, I went to see a gore, fight, killer movie. And I just saw a black movie showing old time racism, how you survive being black. And then the evil of the world coming in as the white characters. Just putting a stop to it and trying to take over. So that's why I gave it an 8. It was just 4 movies in one. I would like to see that one movie. So that's why I gave it an 8.
That was good commentary right there. So me, I give it a 7.5. It ain't. That was my rating originally. I'm gonna start off with the good. The good was the beginning for me. It was intriguing. It was engaging. It was funny. It gave me like Harlem Nights, the life movies, or like a black excellence too. Even though they did a little dirt to get the money, but they were trying to set up a business. You know what I'm saying? They had 2 successful twins that were coming back to their community, and they were setting up a juke joint. And juke joint, and then that brings other businesses that will engage the community, and other black people will try to set their own establishments. And then the beginning of the movie was like 8.5 to 9. The end was like a 6 to 6.5. That's why I'm a 7.5. But I'm gonna still continue with the good. I liked the banter and the engaging acting and drama, like when they were Stack was telling old girl, watch my truck, and then they were stealing in his truck. And then he's like, don't shoot me. And then he still shot him. So, you know, that was good. It keeps the, it keeps the viewer wanting more. And then they show the parallel of the times when Stack went talked to the Asian couple, and the Asian couple had to go to the white side to get the mom to come across. You know, they showed how the black side was, and the white side there was no communication. You know, it was gonna be war if either word went on the side. So I like how they showed it. They didn't have to, you know, go too hard with the N word. They didn't have to go too much. They let you know that there was a divide. They didn't have to, you know, and they showed the good and the bad. So I like that, how the beginning, and then after that, the main character, he was cool. My favorite character was Michael B. Jordan characters, Stack and Smoke. Then they showed black love. They showed mixed love. They showed Stack wanted to go after the mix, how that interaction shows you how those reactions. And then they showed the typical black on black love, how that goes throughout the movie. So those were my key points. I like how they brought all those dynamics. And then the working class man, how the black woman told him, go get that money. You know, she sent them. So that's another dynamic that's seen in the world. But now I'm finna go, that's all my goods. I like the beginning of the movie was my favorite. Now we're gonna go to the end. I like horror movies. The vampire was, I ain't lie, another good. I like Remy, the vampire, the Irish. So then that's another thing. They, and the Europeans, they kind of held Irish. They took all their land, and so that's why they made the vampire Irish, because they were trying to make them relate to black people and so, because the Irish folk in Europe were downgraded like that too. So I looked up and researched the Irish vampire. He came from Europe, came down, he got to crash his ship, and he had just landed there. And so he was going he was trying to find a group of people, make his vampire group of people that he could relate to. So that's why he targeted, when he heard his voice, he was like, I need your boy, Oh Sammy, yeah. I picked him clean, and I picked him clean. So that song, when they were singing that, I like that song. But now my bad part, I needed it to be scary. If they shouldn't even left the vampire. They should just made them race white folks. If they're gonna do it that way to show them disrupting a successful black community, I'd rather them do it that way. But if they're gonna do vampires, I need some gore, I need some action. You know, I'm a horror fanatic, so that's what brought it down. It wasn't scary, it's kind of goofy. You know, the hard slob and all that. It was funny, cornbread. But yeah. What killed me was the horror aspect. So that's what brought it down for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I got 7.5.
Okay, well, the ending of this, well, we both liked the movie. Like I said, we just gore, vampire, killer, action people. So that's why I really didn't do nothing for us when it comes to that part. It kind of like let me down. So I give it an 8, he gives it 7.5, and that's how to take on that movie. Mm-hmm. So now we're gonna go to the next thing. The next thing we're gonna talk to is I've been hearing about old Cardi B and Offset so much that I had to try to do some research and figure out why is two successful black young people got married, got a baby, everything going good for them, and next thing you know, it just fell apart. It just went off. So some of it was, I found out was, you know, the boy young, Cardi B young, it's gonna be some problem in a relationship. I've been there before. I've been in a relationship. But one thing I see keep going on, which is a bad thing in America to me as an older black man, I keep hearing about this BBL deal. Now when I say BBL, I mean body shaping. You know, when you got the big boobs, a little bit of waist, outrageous booty, some of them have little legs that don't match, and it get to the point now that's been pushed so much that now it's a thing. It's a thing so much that I did a little research, Pop did a little research, and I found out that the BBL in 2020, 26,000 people got a BBL in 2020. And it went down because of COVID. And the worldwide, international wide, was 396,000 women got a BBL. Now that's a lot of women, man, getting out there that just don't like their body, getting a BBL, and to make themselves look like somebody that they naturally not. So I go to Cardi B because she started the thing in my head, and I was kind of liking that she got a family, had no kids, got a husband, and was doing it the right way. But then when I started doing a little research, Pop do research, and found out, they said something about a smell. say Cardi B got a smell so bad that Offset didn't even, yeah, Offset couldn't take it no more. So Offset started dealing with other women, cause you know a man's sex drive is high, and you don't want to make love to somebody, then you got to deal with a smell. That's kind of bad. And then the boy got an option. He didn't want to lose his wife, this old lady. Now this is pop, but then he still got a high sex drive. He a young man, so it ain't just me talking about the smell. I did research, and they said Cardi B had a smell. Let me tell you why the smell is there, and let me tell you what the problem is. Y'all believe it or not, if we got 5 real women in the public got all kind of money, they got a BBL that we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about Cardi B, Black China, K. Michelle, Kim Kardashian, and Khloe Kardashian. Do you know all those 5 women had a BBL and then turn around and tuck it out? Tuck it out. They don't have a BBL no more. Cardi B's the only one still got her, but she having so much problem that it's causing that same smell. Now, I'm gonna say a couple things. I just want to break it down to y'all. Then I'm gonna let my son say a little something, and then I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't like it, what's going on. Let me tell you why it's a problem for me. K. Michelle came on national TV and said she liked to die. So she said that's how she had to get a BBL, the smell, it was rotten, and she had to get it out. It was bad. And then you see Kim Kardashian, well, she with the brothers. You know that big butt was in, P. Diddy and everything. They got all these girls want the BBL, cause that's the body, everything she think everybody want. Okay, then her sister did is Khloe did the same thing. Okay, so the hard part of this is when you got somebody like, I ain't gonna get into that. I'm gonna let the bad part on the other end. What my big deal now is, why is all these women got all these other young women in the world, 300,000, almost 400,000 getting BBL, then turn around and then they take it out after they didn't do what they did. What you think about that, son?
You know, it's just like it's a way to make women feel. I'm not a female, so I can't. But you know, I guess it's for make them feel good. I can only say from my perspective, I like a naturally shapely woman. I don't like I never experienced a BBL, but I prefer natural. That's just me. I've never experienced a BBL, so I can't say. But I don't think I want the jello shots, the concrete mix. What I heard is like hitting cement mix and
yeah,
you know, because a lot of people get shots and stuff like that. So my only point of view is, you know, do what make you happy, but if it's hurting your health, it's not worth it. You know, don't promote it if you're not gonna, you know, keep up with it, and you know.
But as a young man, do you think it's sexist? Is most young men just
some look
when you
good.
see a BBL?
Yeah, some look good.
But would you want that as a wife?
Not my wife. I already answered that. I said that was my first thing. I like a natural woman.
So pretty much it's good to look at.
Yeah. You go to a strip club, you don't want to go see folks shaking pancakes.
Okay, you said talk about strip club. Now Pop know a lot about strip club. And Pop know a lot about BBL. Now you go to strip club, it make it look good walking around, but if you ever seen a woman in the BBL strip club, her body don't move like her butt. And you know automatically that's a BBL. And actually when you start watching her, it don't even look good. Now you get a natural woman up there that just got that thickness and that body all up there, her body's moving, all of it working together. Ain't no sag at the bottom because the BBL don't last long. Let's talk about wife. Just like my son said, I like a woman that gonna get in that gym like Pop. I like a woman come home sweating, jogging, and say, "Baby, if I had a nice workout, I can see I can see everything, even little wrinkles in her butt, or Pop like a little stretch mark. And if you got a little pub back there, that ain't no bad thing. A little stomach pub that show me that you working, and that's sexy. I call it a hold on knot. That's that sex knot. Y'all don't know about that. You two were young, but a man don't care about all that. But a man do care about if your woman coming home and she's sweating, she trying her best, working hard to look good for you. A man will love that. You ain't got all that makeup on and all that. Let's talk about, I want to talk about that too, son. Boy, 2025. Back when I was young, if a woman, when you see purple, green, yellow hair and a whole bunch of makeup, that was on a drag queen. We didn't see that on a regular woman. I mean, I ain't knocking no drag queen with who. I'm not like this. Whatever you want to do, Pop don't care. That's you. Long as don't bother me. But anytime we seen something like that, it was on like a RuPaul. Everybody know who RuPaul was. I'm trying to figure out now in 2025 why every time I go to an event, a festival, why these girls got rainbow hair? So that's something y'all like?
That's their style. Well, from the select female you see, have you ever seen me bring?
No, I ain't never seen you bring no proper hair on.
So I say I can't say why other people, you know, a lot of people might like it just for, you know, for their reasons that they might enjoy seeing the female with that. It might bring a little pizzazz for, but to me it ain't for me.
What Pop said.
You know. Yeah. So you know me personally, I like a natural female. Like I don't like long fingernails. I like short fingernails. I hold my female to my standards. I work out every day. I keep myself up. You know what I'm saying? So female ain't on my page. That ain't a female for me.
Okay. Well, I'm an older guy, and I say the same thing. I'm from the 90s. Well, I ain't from the 90s. I'm from the 70s. But in my heyday, it was 80s and the 90s. So I'm used to seeing women that out there work out, got their little six-pack, or not even a six-pack, just got their stomach regular, you know, got the everything that fit their body.
I'm trying to cut you off, but like when he said pudge, I'm a young man. I don't want nothing pudgy.
Well, when I say pudge, wait a minute now.
I'm just saying.
Let's stop. Since you want to throw it on, when Pop say pudge, every man my age know what that love handle is. He young, y'all. He don't know what that love handle is. I know what that love handle is. Boy, ain't nothing like that love handle. If you get in that chat, you know what that love handle is. You know what that is. Pop don't mind the love handle. Hey, these young boys don't know. They don't know. That's the problem right now. They don't know. Hey, ladies, if you got that love handle out there, Pop ain't mad about that, because Pop know how good that is.
You see you see the big muscle right there? That's why. He ready for it. He can handle every love handle you got. Go ahead, Flex. Don't be shy.
Pop, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. Pop love all women. All shape, side, creed. Now, Pop got a Pacific woman, but I don't have no problem with no woman. Ain't nothing like a big woman that smell good, look good, keep herself up, and got pride in herself. She may be a little overweight, but she confident in herself. There ain't nothing wrong with that, cause they got some men out there that like that fluff. Men out there like that. So I ain't got no problem. Papa got a problem. As long as you a real trill woman, 100% woman, you ain't out there getting nothing done to your body. You ain't got purple and green hair. You ain't got makeup so caked up on your body when I could take a spoon and pull it off and you a whole other person up under there. Pop don't want to see nothing like that. That's me. But so I'll leave that alone. That's the day. So me as my age, I guess me and my son kind of see the same thing on that, cause so we there on that.
Maybe I could maybe invite a special guest or something so he can get some. Cause we got a lot of similarities. So a lot of stuff he's gonna be filled with. I'm gonna be similar topics, but some stuff like how you see I just cut about the fluff. Certain stuff I am gonna bump heads with him about, but I'm his son, so we got a lot of values and morals. So a lot of stuff we are gonna agree with, but it's gonna be the select few stuff like that fluff. And them halos, I ain't on that phase yet. So, but like I said, like what he was saying, sometimes, you know, we might have to hit a little point of view to get like the green hair and see, you might got to see somebody that like the green hair. Like I got some friends that like that, you know, but that ain't me. That ain't for me.
Okay, so, but the bad part, we're going to get back on top of that BBL. Let me tell you what the bad part about the BBL that Pops don't like. I don't like when that y'all let the mainstream narrative push something out there that's not healthy for you, and 9 times out of 10 the man don't like it. Cause if you ever had a BBL, one with a BBL, I done seen it and had it and touched it. It's hard. Ain't nothing like that soft that you can grab it and sink in between your fingers. It's firm, but it ain't nothing like that. A BBL is hard. When you poke that bad boy, you might break your fingers. And I ain't popping like that. So I won't talk about that, because I'm gonna tell you the bad part about it. And when I did a little research, I found out that what little wild-eyed girl, her name was Jackie O. They say Jackie O died from a BBL. I think they say Kanye West's mama had some complications and stuff, and they ain't got them just bring them to, because everybody know them. But I did research, and it's been a lot of women in the thousands that had complications and almost died with the BBL. So my deal is, Pop don't understand how it's 2025. I know they had Kim Kardashian, the 5 I'm talking about, pushing that narrative about the BBL, which ain't helped it. But on the bad side about it is, most men don't like it, and they ain't gonna wife that. Y'all women, you hear what we saying? Most men ain't gonna wife it. They do wife it, like Cardi B. Your husband ain't gonna be satisfied, because when you start getting those smells and he get tired of that, hold on that hard stuff, he gonna go out there and find something natural. So young women today, you gotta realize you can't talk to the older, because once they make up their mind, ain't nothing you can do about it. It's all the thing.
Can I interject? And nobody wants that ant body. They don't want to see you have that big and then them toothpick legs. You know what I'm saying? If you're natural, you can swell up and you can swell down. It's gonna natural. Your skin's gonna hold it. But if you put them pads and them Jello shots, your skin's not gonna be able to hold all that. So it's not gonna be. If you gain weight or you lose weight, you know, you won't be able to adapt.
Cause I done seen some women with a big old butt and had legs look like this, y'all, and that ain't sexy no kind of way. But in the back of their minds, a mental thing, they were the finest thing on the beach. And Pop doing everything he could not to hold back laughter, because I'd rather look at that natural woman with a little bit more weight on her, with them thick old thighs and that butt and the little pudge and all the little wrinkles she got. All that's sexy than this woman that paid $35,000 to $5,000 and get outrageous stuff put in her backside. And Pop liked the beach. I like to look at it. And like I said, I love all kind of women. I ain't got no problem with it. God made you the way you supposed to be. If you don't like it, get in the gym. If you got a husband say, baby, when we were together, you was sexy the way you were. That man letting you know right then. He liked the size you were when he met you. So we ain't got to get all in point, but a man give you some of the hints. So it's time to say, okay, I done let myself go a little bit. I know with women it happens. You have babies and everything. Sometimes you get down and you be like, man, I'm not the woman I need to be. But you always that same woman. If you been there one time, you can go there again and take hard work. But if you do hard work, once you get it, can't nobody take it away. Now, if you go get it the easy, the 3,000 Dr. Miami, it's going to take you away. It's going to take you out. And then you'll still, if Cardi B got all this money and she can't keep her husband, what you think you regular women going to go through? Even with the BBL. Now, that's enough about the BBL. It's 2025. And I brought that up there to say, Pop been saying it. I've been hearing about the smells and stuff. Like say, K. Michelle, she said the same thing. It rotting her body, and it like to kill her. She had to hear him get it out. So with a BBL, the purple hair and the makeup, I see a YouTube video where they had a woman that looked like Fu Manchu, put some makeup on, and she was a 7. She was a 7. Girl, I'm gonna let y'all know how dangerous that is. But man, get drunk, take you to the club, and he wake up and you took that makeup off and you like jump Johnny Cash, well, you might have to fight come up out of there. He was drunk and he already looked good at you in the club. And you wake up and realize he done made the big mistake of life. He just slept with his uncle, sister, brother, nephew, cousin in the face. That ain't gonna be good.
Have you ever had one of them experiences?
No. See, Pop like natural. Pop like natural. Baby, if you, anybody out in the world know Pop, I don't want no more than a lipstick, maybe a little eyeliner if you look sleepy. That's it. And I can tell. You know what I look right around here, cause most women that's all they do. The neck be one color. The neck be one color, and let me know, cause let me know you got enough rouge, base, foundation, clear, or slacker, shine, and whatever you put on your face. That's a whole different woman out there. I don't want nothing to do with that. So I ain't never had that problem. If I'm in the club, when I talk to you in the club, I'm gonna bring you to the light. Look at you real good when I talk to you. I'm gonna be looking at all other here too.
You take him to the bar.
I take him to the bar.
You don't talk to him in the corner.
I ain't talking to the corner. I'm gonna look at all other here. If this moving with you, I don't want you. That get you truck out of here. If this moving with you, we don't want none of that. So, more of this Thursday, we do the BBLs and
Sanders. We did Sanders.
Yeah, Sanders. So the next thing we gonna get to. Let's doing the BBL. BBL is you out on the BBL.
I've been out. I never was in.
I ain't never was in.
I'm not. I'll look at it, but that's not something I'm. I'm not certain. I'm not hunting for it.
Listen, what we both saying. It's good to look at when it's proportional. But we ain't wifing that.
Because they do have things called slim BBLs too. That's not, you know, it's like a little, you know.
That's good. You see the women do, they don't do too much. They just take a little out the stomach. But, you know, and add to that's okay. But still, again, anytime you put a foreign object in your body, Pop know a little about health. Pop know a little about health. When you put a foreign object in your body senses foreign and try to get rid of it. I don't care how much it is. So that's where the rot and the smell come, because your body gonna kill the cells around it and try to get rid of it. So y'all ain't gonna let the Pop do your research. It might not happen now. You might have 2 or 3 years of just the second thing running. But after that, hey, it going down. So enough for the BBL. Now let's talk about these Sanders. This draft.
Prime time.
This prime time top 10.
He said he was going top 5. He meant top 5 rounds.
He meant 5 rounds. Now, this time I'm gonna let my son start off and tell him what he think about all this draft stuff that's went on with Prime and his son.
Well, I knew Cam Ward or Travis Hunter was gonna go 1 or 2. I didn't know if it's gonna be 2 or 1 because they are the top. I'm gonna be honest, Cam Ward is the best quarterback. He broke every record in college. He played for Miami. He didn't have the best. So Cam Ward deserved to be number 1.
Okay.
Travis Hunter deserved to be number 2. But after that, you know what I'm saying? You know, there was some quarterbacks that got drafted. And so we're gonna talk about Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, and you know they're on the same team. Shedeur and Dylan, one of the quarterbacks that got drafted higher than them, they're playing for the same team. Ooh. So I feel like Shedeur could have been drafted at that spot, so their spots could have been flip-flop. And then the other quarterback that got drafted to the Giants, if y'all seen the videos where he dropped back and then throwing it and missing. So those 2 people, I think Shedeur could have won at either one of those spots. And those were a second round pick and a 3rd round pick. So I think he should have been around that range, 2nd and 3rd. He didn't need to be a 5th round draft pick. So, you know, they're setting the precedence, you know, that the Dion and the Sanders family, that all that you're not gonna run the league, all that what you did from Jackson State, Colorado, that dog ain't gonna hunt. In the NFL, this is a men's league. They said this is not the Sanders league. That's what they told him. So.
Okay. Alright, y'all. Well, I'm gonna do my part about this draft. My son, you just heard my son do his part, so I'm gonna do my part. My part on the draft field. The NFL been doing what it's been doing since I was young, and the world been doing what it's doing ever since I was young. You got to know, anytime you go into somebody else's program, they got a system, and they gonna want to go by their system, not yours. You can't go in somebody's system and tell them what you is and what you ain't gonna do. When you go in somebody's system and tell them what you is and you ain't gonna do, the system gonna turn on you. The system gonna do 1 or 2 things. It's gonna get rid of you, or it's gonna show you the system run itself. You ain't gonna go in there and change a thing. So Dion is a very strong, positive man, and I like that about him. He a great father. He got great kids. Look like all his kids were mannerable and respectful. You know what I'm saying? And they proud of themselves and they proud of their daddy. They know who they are, which ain't no deal, because I'm a proud father of a son, and I know who I am. I make sure you know who he is. You're going to have, like Dion had some problems with, you know, his ex-wife trying to pull him away from his son. But that's a whole nother topic we're going to get into on another day. Because, you know, men go through that. But we talking about the NFL draft. So, most people in the world don't like that. When you too cocky and you too overextended and who you are, sisters don't like that. I'm going to be honest with you. So the boy made a mistake. His mistake was not understanding that you do 2 things. You could be the cocky person that you need to be, but when you're trying to get in the system, you got to play the game. Like, Pop, if I don't want to be in no system, I ain't playing no game. I'm going to be who I am till the day I leave this earth. I ain't going to get in no system, because I know that the system going to want you to change. I ain't going to change. But if you want to get in that system, you got to change. And all pop is what happened. You can't be who you want to be and get in a system with the different rules. Now you can get in that system and slowly but surely change it up a little bit where you so good, they gotta leave you alone. See the difference between Dion and his son, when Dion got in the system, Dion was so good, so talented, that he could play football and baseball. he was just so talented they had to have him. And when they got him in there, the public wanted him. Everybody wanted him. So it was good for the system to go ahead and let him be who he wanted to be because he's making the money. Everybody love it. And he talented as get out. So he can do that. His son already come in with the thing that I'm Deion's son. I'm gonna be good. And even though he went to these colleges and showed he good, that pros is a whole nother level. You have to be humble. I don't want you to be, but you got to be. And get in the system and prove yourself to the system. Once you prove yourself to the system, hell, you can do what you want to do. That's the only problem I see what happened was, he was the man he was, but the system didn't want him to be that. And he didn't know how to play the game to get in the system and then do what he wanted to do. He thought called Prime with his daddy, he could do like Prime do, but Prime had a beginning that he didn't have. So the day and age of the day is, I think the boy great talent. I think he deserved to be like number 1 or number 2. I think that he did wrong, and he did wrong that he was done wrong because to show him that it's my system and you ain't gonna tell me you ain't the man, you ain't big enough man, you ain't big enough talent to let me know, to change anything in here or let you do what you want to do. And that's Pop deal on the system. Was it wrong? Absolutely. Tootie, it was wrong. I don't say I want to say it was all day wrong. But you got to know how to play the game in this world. And that was an eye-opener for Deion and an eye-opener for his son. To realize no matter what, to be the man, you got to show the world you the man. And that's my take on it. Because my son pretty much bless you. He done pretty much broke down all the rest of the stuff. But my deal is in this world that cause Pop did it, don't mean you baby do it. You got to show the world you just as good as Pop, or the world ain't gonna believe you. So that's my deal. You got anything else to say about that, son?
Good proof point. I gave my viewpoint in the draft. Okay. Like I said, the first 2 picks are Hunter superior. So Travis Hunter ain't.
Travis Hunter's the dog.
And Cam Ward.
And Cam Ward. I learned about it.
And then after that, I can say, well, them 2. They deserve where they
and I see some quarterback throw some passes doing their workout today. I was like, boy, I know some teams like to say, boy, y'all in trouble. Steelers kind of pissed me off what they did, and the Browns did something. But like I said, I got into the point. I'll tell y'all why they did what they did. But so
why y'all ain't get them?
Who?
Y'all could have drafted.
No, we ain't gonna talk.
Y'all already got y'all black quarterback.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Y'all got black quarterback.
Hey, y'all, for the world out there, he talk about me because I am a Falcon fan to the heart. You know what made me a Falcon fan? Who made me a Falcon fan, son?
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. When Michael Vick was the baddest man alive. See, Michael Vick could do anything he wanted to do, but they did the same thing to Michael Vick. Michael Vick was so good. They told him, okay, you too good, you breaking too many records, you doing what you want to do. We got to find something to shut him down because he was that good. You finna break everybody's record. We can't have you do break everybody's record. So what they do to Michael Vick, they shut him down. We ain't going to get into that, but everybody out there in the Falcon world, we know what they did to Michael Vick and why they did to Michael Vick. So let's get back to the Sanders. I'll say my part, he said his part, and what we going to do this podcast too. And we gonna end this podcast like we do all the time. This our man. 1, 2, 3.
Love you, CJ.
Love you, CJ. That's our man. Now we gonna conclude this episode, and I want everybody to start looking at Pop Don't Play. We gotta change it a little bit. We gotta do at Pop Don't Play, cause we got some old people out there trying to be like Pop. So you wanna look up Pop? Look at Pop Don't Play. And what's yours, son?
D Jordan.
At D Jordan. And at that we conclude. Pop out.